During the past few months, many of you have reached out to me asking me this question. Should I go for the Phonak Sphere Infinio or should I try the more affordable Jabra Enhance Pro 20? I myself have tested both hearing aids extensively and I recommended them to different types of people. So which one of them is truly right for you? In this video, I will break it down so that you know exactly when to choose the Phonak Sphere Infinio AI-powered hearing aids and when the Jabra Enhance Pro 20 gives you the best value for your money. And here's the catch. Just because the Phonak Sphere Infinio is more expensive and is considered more premium hearing aids, does that mean that it's always the best choice? You might be surprised by how the Jabra performs in some areas. Let's break it down. Before we dive into real-world performance, let's quickly compare their key features. Because while they are both prescription hearing aids, they have some major differences that might impact your decision right there. Let's start with Bluetooth. Both of them support Bluetooth LE, which is really important for the near and far future. This will allow you to connect to audio streams in public venues like theaters, airports, and so on. So needless to say, this is a very important feature. The Phonak also supports Bluetooth Classic. Bluetooth Classic allows you to connect directly to other devices that support modern Bluetooth protocol. This means that you can connect your hearing aids to computers, to tablets, to other phones directly with no other device between your hearing aids and the device that you are trying to connect to. The Jabra does not support Bluetooth Classic. This means that you must use a TV streamer or other streamer kind of device that will connect your hearing aids to TVs, computers, and so on. In the Jabra case, this is an extra cost of around $260. Lastly, Phonak is able to connect to two devices at the same time. This means that my hearing aids can be connected to my computer and my phone. And if I'm watching a video on my computer and suddenly I'm getting a phone call on my phone, I can see that, then I can pick up the phone call immediately, the video on my computer will stop, and I will speak normally via the phone. This is something that right now only Phonak hearing aids can do. If you want to see detailed and full review of these hearing aids, check the link right here. The Jabra, like many other hearing aids, can only support one connection at a time. Both hearing aids are rated IP68, which means that they are protected from water and dust at the same level. Rechargeability or battery life is a big difference. The Jabra can go for around 30 hours with no problems. The Phonak can only go for about 16 hours. In addition, if you use the Phonak AI speech clarity feature, you will consume battery power much faster. If you're in scenarios where you have to use that feature for hours at a time, that will significantly reduce the number of hours that you can go without charging the hearing aids. For most users, not all of course, they typically use that feature for around 2 to 3 hours a day, and they can still finish a full day with no charge. But again, that depends on how you use the hearing aids and how many hours you use that specific feature. The charger of each one of those hearing aids will hold 3 chargers in it, which means that you can go without charging the hearing aids for about 2 to 4 days depending on the specific hearing aids and the way that you use them. You can get the Phonak hearing aids from any audiologist and even a remote service model. This means that you can buy them online, which will reduce the price significantly, and then you can either get online support or in-office support in your area. The Jabra, on the other hand, are only accessible via Costco. If you are unable to get to a Costco location, right there, that's going to be an issue. Speaking of how you get these hearing aids, the price is a big difference as well. Depending how you get the Phonak hearing aids and what service model you choose, the price of the Phonak hearing aids will be around double than the Jabra hearing aids. Both of these hearing aids have a very strong app that will allow you to control the hearing aids and get the best performance out of them. So just by reviewing the basic features, we see a few key differences. Bluetooth support is much more extensive and much stronger on the Phonak side. Rechargeability and power consumption are much better on the Jabra side. The price, of course, is going to be much higher on the Phonak side. However, you can only get the Jabra hearing aids at a Costco location. That also means that you have to go to a Costco location to service the hearing aids or make adjustments to the hearing aids. So depending on your situation, your needs, and where you are, you can probably start to make a decision just by those key features. So now that we reviewed the basic features of these hearing aids, let's talk about real-world performance based on my own extensive testing and cross-referencing with professional hearing aid testing labs. When it comes to speech clarity in quiet or calm environments, both hearing aids perform very well. However, you may prefer sound profile of one hearing aids over the other. The Jabra tends to be more crispy and more tuned to speech clarity, while the Phonak is more round and more full sound. When we are talking about speech in noisy environments, right now there is just no competitors to the Phonak Sphere Infinio. So on that front, we have a clear winner. The performance of the Jabra in noisy environment is pretty good, but it's not up to the average premium hearing aid. If you want to see detailed and full review of these hearing aids, check the link right here. When it comes to streaming sound quality, the Phonak has superb quality. Just like speech clarity in noise, Phonak is also leading the streaming sound quality. When it comes to speech or music or videos that you are watching over Bluetooth, Phonak is delivering superb quality. The Jabra streaming quality is very good as well, it just doesn't match the Phonak quality. Every other testing category between those hearing aids is pretty much the same, and both are performing very well. Now let's take a real-life example of speech clarity. On this channel, I've tested multiple hearing aids and I showed you how I go into really noisy environments and how those hearing aids perform. With the Phonak Sphere Infinio, I go into a very noisy and very challenging environment, and all I have to do really is to switch into that AI spheric mode and I can hear everything with no problem. In fact, there's a good chance that the Phonak will switch to that feature automatically without you having to do anything. But if it didn't, then you can just switch to it manually and benefit from it. Now that's not to say that the Jabra hearing aids are not performing well. It took more customization and settings on my end with the application, but I was able to get really decent speech clarity in noisy environment with the Jabra hearing aids. It's just that when you go to really noisy, really challenging environments, that's when you start asking people to repeat themselves again and again, and that's when you start feeling that you're missing details of the conversation. Now, at the same token, if you have to use that feature for many hours, so let's say that you are a server or you are someone that works in noisy environments for all your day, if you try to use that feature for 7 or 8 hours, the battery is going to run out on you unless you utilize your breaks to charge the hearing aids. So if this is a need for you, then the Phonak Sphere Infinio might not be the best choice for that. Now, during my day, I typically connect to my computer, I connect to a tablet sometimes, I connect to my phone all the time. If this is something that you need to do on a daily basis, then the Phonak Sphere Infinio are definitely a winner on that front. I'm doing this every day, switching between multiple devices, getting calls on my cell phone, and continuing to work without stop. The Phonak hearing aids support these needs seamlessly. If you are looking for new hearing aids, I have a link in the description below that will get you the best discounts on over-the-counter and prescription hearing aids. In addition, I've helped multiple people select the best hearing aids for them. Also, in the description below, you will find another link that will allow you to schedule a free 45 minutes consultation with me where we can discuss your hearing aids needs and I will help you select the best hearing aids for you. So let's talk about who should buy which hearing aids. On the Phonak side, we have the obvious benefits. If you struggle with speech clarity, the Phonaks are definitely the best hearing aids. If you need seamless Bluetooth connections to multiple devices, again the Phonak will be a good choice. And of course that goes with how much streaming you do. If you stream a lot and you care about the sound quality, again, Phonak. Finally, you must be comfortable with the price tag. Even if you purchase the Phonak hearing aids online, and even if you go with the remote service model, the best you can get those hearing aids is around $3,500. You can also downgrade a few technology levels and maybe reduce the price by a few hundred more dollars, but I don't think that you can get much lower than $3,000. So let's talk about who the Jabra hearing aids are for, and let's start with the price. If you get the Jabra hearing aids, and even if you add the TV streamer, you would be around $1,900, maybe $2,000. If you do want to go for the Jabra hearing aids, you must make sure that you have a Costco near you and that they have a hearing center in them. This is where you must get the hearing aids and get them serviced as well. So if the closest Costco with these services is 500 miles away from you, that might be a little bit difficult. If you need a longer battery life, and if your streaming needs are not that extensive and you don't stream too many hours per day, or the Jabra streaming quality is enough for you, then the Jabra would be a good selection. So what are you thinking? Which one of those hearing aids is best for you? Please let me know in the comments below what are you thinking, or if you have any questions. If after watching this video you're thinking, none of these hearing aids seem like it's a good match for me, then check the two playlists that I have over here. One of them is over-the-counter hearing aids reviews, and the other one is prescription and premium hearing aids reviews. I'm sure you will find good options in one of those playlists.